you know. But that game I really was horrible, and I know why I know most of the things I did wrong, and I just don't think it's worth coaching.
Okay. So we'll just look at the one where you went 9-4.
Yeah, because like if the other one is just gonna be like copy past the exact same thing you told me in the other coachings, so nah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so
I mean, I still lost.
well, it happens.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's only that, but there was a Fiora that got his main. Like, I was against a Nasus mid for some reason, and since that guy took Nasus mid, or top laner wanted to play Nasus and couldn't, so he picked Fiora. He went 1-7 against the Kale. We lost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's rough, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm trying to think. I feel like in previous sessions, you know, you've also mentioned things along the line of how your teammates done, but I feel like I rarely hear you talk about stuff that like you've done wrong. And I think
did
that's
stuff wrong, obviously. I know, like my positioning was shit, and that's why I got caught and died a few times.
Okay.
But like,
yeah,
you know, the root of the problem is Fiora. But like, yes, I could have played better and I could have won with that. I'm just saying. Of course I could have played well. I mean, I could have played better and won. I know that.
okay, yeah. Yeah, good, because I mean, all right, yeah, let's just look at this. So I already think that you could be autoing him more. And you have full mana, so, you know, you don't want to use a ton of mana.
Wait, can you like screen share? Because
I forgot.
Like,
I'll screen share.
If I watch the stream, I have double voice and it's annoying.
Yeah, I'll screen share, I forgot.
Thanks.
It also just makes it, yeah, okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for reminding me, because I forgot. So, yeah, so Nasus can't really do anything to you. You could look to auto him a lot more. I mean, this could be something you could do against Kassadin as well, or another melee champ that doesn't really have anything level 1. Even Fizz, you can like force him to use his E. Like if he walks up like this, all the way to the CS, and I get it, you're just trying to last at this one, but he could be taking damage here, and then you don't have to really take damage. Like, you can walk away. Like, right there, you got one auto. Another auto. But then, like, make sure to back up, because these creeps are still hitting you. So you want to back up more to drop creep aggro. Because damage starts to add up. And yeah, you do want to have a slight push advantage. Right here, I'd say you're actually pushing it too hard. And here, you need to be up closer because you're going to hit level 2 on this creep. This is big. You should be up a lot closer. Because he's definitely not going to hit level 2 at the same time as you. So it was a missed opportunity. I feel like you're just really, really focused on CS. Is that true? Or what's going through your head here in lane?
I was like, it was weird. Like half of me, I was like, I need to kill those minions no matter what, and like focus on that only. And there was, every time I told myself that, I told myself, yes, but if it's a Nasus, I can't let him farm, you know? Like, if I let him farm, it's GG. So
yeah.
I don't know, I was kind of confused.
Okay.
There was also the fact that I was scared of Vi. Because like if Vi like hits her Q or something, or just autos me with a red buff, and then Nasus W, I'm dead.
Well, with phase rush, you can get out of a lot of different situations here.
Yeah, but that needs I have to hit Q.
Well, I mean, you don't really have to hit Q. You can like auto E auto or like auto E and then you get phase rush and then you run away. Because E is, you know, it's only 0.75. So that happens really fast. Like, yeah, I mean, you want to hit Q if you can, and it's not too hard to hit it on either of these champions. But also, you should be confident that you'll be able to land your Q as long as you use it properly. There's like a lot more stuff I could touch on here with laning, but I also get the feeling you kind of want to move past and see some more of the stuff. What would you rather focus on, like all of the little nitty gritty details of laning, or would you rather look more to the?
I think I lack more in like things that are not laning. Like I won my lane. Like I was like, I mean I don't remember how much, but I was really fed in the end of lane, and I kinda lost it afterwards. I think the problem is not laning. Even though, yeah, my laning isn't perfect, but like, I mean, nothing I do is perfect, you know. But I think I'm really worse. I'm worse in like not laning.
Okay.
Like I don't know on the rest.
Okay. Yeah. So we can speed through this, and then we'll look at other stuff. In this sort of situation, you want to try to hard shove this wave if you can, especially against someone like Nasus. He might let you. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about this because this has to do with wave control. Because of course, even minion rule is going to apply here. I mean, okay, he gets ganked. And you should just ping the Udyr to help you push this next wave. That way you don't have to be afraid of getting ganked when you push it. Because you really want to shove this out and recall. Because, yeah, you have more than enough for tier. That should, in general, that should be your primary goal. Like, even if you're not laning perfectly and, you know, all that sort of stuff, focus on your tier buy. I would even suggest starting Mana Crystal a lot of the time, Mana Crystal refillable, because in a lot of situations you won't take much damage anyways, and then you can get your tier even earlier on a better back. But if there's one thing you work on with laning, it should be your recalls.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the easiest thing for you to improve. It doesn't involve mechanics or anything. It just involves knowing when you need to push your wave in and like how much gold you want to recall on, that sort of thing. So yep, we're chilling.
I have no idea why you did that. Like just walk past here, just like I was gonna back and then just come back.
I'm not sure what were you talking about, the NASA's?
No, me, like I went like back in, I don't know, like
Okay.
I came back like here, I turned left and I just like placed myself and like where I would go to back, and then I just came back to the lane.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was because you noticed the wave didn't go all the way into tower, right?
Yeah.
Yep, backing on a good amount of gold. One thing that's worth noting is if you had bought Mana Crystal instead of Dark Seal, you could have got Lost Chapter on this buy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of the time Mana Crystal is just really good. Cassio really likes to have that big mana pool because, you know, if you land 1 or 2 Qs, you'll be able to just dump all your mana and kill them.
Yeah.
But Oh yeah, by the way, I'm recording this session. I'm gonna post it on YouTube after. This is gonna be a new thing that I'm doing. Is that okay with you, by the way, for me to post it?
Yeah, yeah, totally fine.
Okay, and then you can come back and look at it too. Even though we haven't talked too much about anything yet, because we're still sort of in laning, and we've discussed that a good bit before.
It's still like entertaining. No, not entertaining. It's still like valuable advice, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so. Okay, so yeah, and you have both summoners, so you're somewhat safe. Even if you get ganked, like you have both summoners and ult. Oh wait, did you buy a corrupting potion?
Yeah.
I just noticed this. Okay, don't you have a red rune secondary, like of Taste of Blood? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we don't need to talk about this too much, because I mean items are going to change either way, but I mean I wouldn't suggest getting corrupting. Like I would suggest if you're going to buy something here, just buy an amp tome.
Oh, okay.
Because corrupting is mainly good for like extended, like it's mainly good for laning. It's not good at all outside of lane because it's super slow to do anything. In lane it's good because everything plays out really slowly, assuming you aren't taking it all in. That's why someone like Jace prefers to go Dorn's Blade most of the time, or someone like I mean Fizz takes corrupting potion, right? But that's like he starts corrupting potion and then he plays out the lane and he needs to sustain. But as Cassio, you don't really need the sustain or the mana at this point. You're just trying to spend your gold, I guess. But I would suggest spending it on Amplifying Tome because you get a lot more damage out of it. I mean, just the 28 AP gives you a lot more. And Corrupting Potion, like you're not really going to need the sustain, especially in a lane like this. Like, in fact, I would say that's probably your biggest mistake this game so far, buying the Corrupting Potion.
Yeah. So far.
Okay, so far. I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna see, but okay.
I mean, as I said, the lane turned out really well, but the rest didn't.
Okay.
I mean, it was fine, but nah. Yeah, he went to get a CS, and I thought right when he gets it, I ulti and I killed him.
Yeah,
And,
just
well,
that's good. That's good that you already say that because I was gonna look for that timing.
Look, and here I did it like a bit too late. I
Right.
think it hit.
Yeah.
It hit.
Yeah, it hit.
But like just a bit too late.
Yeah, you already got it, so I don't need to talk about that.
For some reason, I thought I had no like startup animation, startup phrase and stuff. So that's sad. I mean, I still managed to kill him. I think. I saw Vi was near, but I just thought, nah, don't care. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I killed actually.
Okay. Okay. Because that's another big thing, but I can tell you already realize that's a mistake, so I won't harp on that too much. But especially when you have phase rush, you can, yeah, just do a ton of work with kiting. And you also didn't really need to be scared of this Vi. Like if we go back here, if you did it because you were scared the Vi is gonna come and mess with you or something.
I thought she would Q me and then she would like ult me and Nasus could just run away.
Like at this point, even if you were still level 10, like she's only level 7. If this was me, I would like walk into her and I would want her to Q me. Especially because you have barrier. but
Yeah.
she might have realized. So either way, but yeah, you definitely don't need.
Like, I think around this time is the time I pressed tab and I looked at top and I thought, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's good to be aware that the Kale is really strong.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not looking at her. Doesn't matter. Teammates don't matter.
Yep.
Sometimes you lose the game because of teammates, but in the grand scheme of things, teammates don't matter because like you can't change them at all. Can't change anything about them.
Yeah. Only constant factor in games is like yourself. So yeah, better than that.
But yeah, it's going okay so far. It is like yeah, you are winning lane. Haven't really managed to get anything else done, but
I think like yeah, I roamed bot afterwards. I don't remember exactly when, but I think I was 2-0-1 when I did. Yeah.
okay. And when you have a lot of mana like this, I mean, especially if you have a corrupting potion, like I'd say you shouldn't have it, but you could just be spamming Q. You know, yeah, you can throw them at him if you want, but just stacking.
Yeah.
Especially as someone like Cass, you know, whenever you get a wave pushed in like this, yeah, you can look bot, and if bot is in an okay spot, or if you don't feel like ganking bot, you can try to get your jungler to come and you guys can do dragon, because Cassio has a lot of DPS, of course. But this is fine, walking around, taking this angle. Yeah, you can look for W, yep. Yeah, that was good, that was good.
And then Kale came
Mm-hmm.
in. And then Yudir came in. This Yudir seemed to have so much fun actually with his channel. Oh wait, it's not over.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, you're super strong at this point.
Yep.
Super strong. Very low chance you kill him.
Yeah, I can agree with it.
Yeah, so this is a spot where of course you'd rather go get the minions. If it was someone really squishy, then I would say go for that. Yeah, and I like the Rylai's buy. Rylai's is especially good when you're really strong like this, because all you need is to have range on them. As long as they're in your range, you're gonna destroy everyone. So,
I mean, I saw Vi and I thought, yeah, that's a free kill.
yeah.
And yes,
And-
it was a free kill.
And this is a free kill too.
Yeah.
You should just use your W instead of your R.
Yeah.
Because, especially with a champion like Xayah, oh, I guess she's already ulted, but if she hadn't ulted, you pretty much always want to start with W in this situation. In almost every situation as Cassio, you want to start with W. Except like if you're in a brush and they're face checking you, then you'd rather start with R. Because R would have been really helpful here. Yeah, also this is where we see the difficulty of Cass coming into play, because could have gotten in a few more E's just as you're kiting. Do you mash your E button during this? Like,
Yes, I go like,
okay, that's good. It just seems like sometimes it's going off a little slow, like there's big gaps. And then
this Q popped out of nowhere.
well, right, but this Q, normally with your spells with Cassio, like if your Q is up, Yeah, so this hits, but then here you don't Q when it comes up. And it's fine to look, you could look for an auto on him first because you have red buff too. So get the slow on him, and then look for Q. And I mean, E also gives the slow, right? But red buff gives a bigger slow, I think. Either way. Yeah, red buff is really nice to use. Yeah, you might as well take the jungle, that's fine. So here, especially at this point, you want to be prioritizing objectives. Now you should probably recall too. Got a lot of gold. I forget how to objective timers. Dragon's up in 2 minutes. But especially whenever you have 1,000 gold, you should strongly consider recalling. 1,000 gold or more, just strongly consider it. Because if a fight were to happen at this point, you could be a lot stronger than you are right now. If you had taken a recall. But now you're taking one, so a little bit late, but that's fine. Alright, this is another spot where your ult timing is like you don't need to alter here. You would actually do more DPS by just using your Q and your E, but you like stop casting for a little bit and then you cast ult. Like look at this gap in between your spells right here. Because like your Q is going to be up. And ult could get a lot more use than just onto the Kale, who's probably going to use her own ult anyways.
If I ulted here, it would have been 4-man stun.
Oh yeah, I mean, even if you just, like, you know... So this is another situation where you're just using ult when you don't need to. And that ult is pretty much entirely wasted, yeah. Because Kale ults it, and I mean she's stunned for a second, but that doesn't really matter too much. But the important thing here is just like if you are only killing one person and you know you have no chance of dying, or like if you're really strong or whatever, like yeah, you just want to wait to use ult for a better situation. Like wait to use it on more people, wait to use it on someone who has kill threat on you. Something along those lines, because right there you definitely didn't need to use it. We could also talk about how you could have kited better. And then barrier was at a weird timing, but it still ended up blocking some damage. It's just barrier is really, really short. It only lasts 2 seconds. Usually you want to try to do it as you're taking damage from something. Yeah, okay. Another thing to note, Corrupting Potion really hasn't done anything for you since you bought it.
Yeah. So
that's just, yeah, just going forward now you can see that it's not going to be very useful. It's pretty much only an early game item. Like only a first buy item. Yeah, I mean this is fine to push this. You want to keep an eye on your team though. Because here you should probably already be rotating. Yeah, and it's really important not to get caught. But you have phase rush. Yeah, and this is good going for the turn because she's isolated. But then, especially when you're fighting against something like a Kale, where her ult is going to do that big AoE. Man, Cassio's just really hard champ. But focus on staying at your max range, and then you could just step out of her ult when she ults. Especially since you have phase rush. So a lot of the time you kind of stand still, and here you walk way into her, so there's going to be no way for you to avoid her ult, and then the rest of her team's right there too. So that's like 400 damage or something.
That was green.
Yeah, a lot of this is just because you stepped forward into Kale instead of fighting from your max range. So yeah, both of these situations where you died, you were just in places where you didn't need to be at all. Like here you were way up in mid where your team wasn't there. Like there's no reason to be here. You could just wait for the wave to come to you if you want to farm the CS. You could have farmed the jungle camps. There were other things to do. And especially when you're this strong, you need to make sure you don't die. Because if you die, then you deserve to lose these games. So your primary focus here, when you're like 9-0, 8-0, make sure you don't die. If the rest of your team dies, whatever, you know, maybe you can save them, maybe you can salvage some of the fight, but ultimately it doesn't matter what they do. The biggest problem is these two deaths so far were, yeah, they just weren't over anything important, or they could have been prevented. That's a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
And then yes, I mean, it's whatever, just staying mid is okay because these side waves are awkward. If one of these was getting pushed in, like crashing all the way in, you know, you'd want to keep an eye on it and make sure to catch it. So when Kale shows in a side lane, if she was still up there, you could be looking for an R flash, even if it was under tower, like if she was still there. But yeah, she was walking over, and now your whole team, okay. Avoid doing this. Maybe if it was just you and Fiora, it's fine, but if your whole team's going by, you should like stay mid, or you should hover near Baron. Because the enemy team could have just walked towards Baron, trade Nasa's death for Baron. That would be worth for them. But yeah, when Baron is up, you always want to be aware of the enemy team's possibility of doing it. I mean, hitting the tower is fine. Now you can hit this guy, run away with phase rush. And now this is a spot where I'm really surprised you didn't ult.
Yeah, I wanted to, but he one-shotted me when I wanted to. No, he didn't one-shot me, but like, he did a surprising amount of damage with Q.
Yeah, well, this is just a situation where as soon as you can ult 2 or 3 people, then just press R.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you walk back in here, because you could have walked away.
Yeah, should have. Like here, should have. Yeah, there's like a solid 3 seconds where I should have.
I think fighting here is fine. Yeah, you just gotta.
Yeah, but I should have ulted earlier.
Yeah, as like a general guideline, you know, if 2 or 3 people are ever in range of your ult, you can just press it, especially in these later game fights when people are gonna have more damage. Don't be afraid to, because you want to get it out there early too, a lot of the time. Because you want to avoid those sorts of situations where you die or you're in a compromised spot. Like if you're in a bad spot and you haven't ulted yet, like you want to use your ult to prevent people from getting on top of you most of the time. So if like 2 people are in range, you should probably just ult them. Or if it's 1 person and they're going to kill you. You know, it all just depends on the situation. But as a general guideline, if you can hit 2, you should probably just do it. Okay, let's see. What else happens? Yeah, clearing mid because inhib's down. That's good. Really, really sketchy to hit this tower. Even though Nasus just showed bot, if the other 4 of them are here, you guys are outnumbered. So here's Thresh. We see Nasus bot, but it's really sketchy for you guys to touch this tower. You talking to me?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought you said 1 sec. Oh. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. So one thing here, like when you're strong as Cassio, you want to be able to pressure Baron, and like that's part of the reason why you don't want to be overextended in like that mid situation or walk up here in this dragon situation. Because any fight where you guys just kill 2 or 3 people, you guys will have Baron threat. That's one of the biggest benefits of playing Cassio. As long as you're alive, you guys can do Baron. I mean, you and like 1 other person probably. So your goal is just like win a fight, you know, be aware of the map and maybe catch people out or win a fight. Take a fight where people are outnumbered. You can engage yourself with R or with our flash, like you can engage from a brush. Here, this looks good actually.
This made me realize how fat Gale was.
Okay. Well, first problem is, should press R sooner. Because you walk up and you're tanking like a bunch of damage for a couple of seconds before you press R. Even though this R ends up hitting 4 people.
Actually, Trash grabs me right when I stun, and that was kind of pissing me off.
Okay.
Like he pressed Q right when I mean not right when he ulted, like just before he gets done.
Okay, I wish it showed ult range. I'm pretty sure you can ult from here, like right now, and it'll hit all 3 of these people and stun them.
Yeah, go try to. Maybe not Trash actually, not sure.
Yeah, maybe that one's kind of close, but the primary thing is
Trash, yeah.
You want to hit multiple people, like especially this guy. This guy is really strong. The Xayah is really strong, but she's way out of range. You're not going to touch her with your ult, and that's fine. You just stun here because you have teammates right here, and then you can R, you can W, you can Q, you can focus this guy because he just uses ult. But look how long it takes. So this is 30-24. Let's see how long it takes for you to ult. Almost 2 more seconds, and that's like could have been a whole Q, a whole W, and 2 ECAS in all that time.
Yeah.
So this was just a greedy ult. It seems like one of your biggest problems is using ult properly, and then also using your casts properly. And here you're not even casting at all. Even though you're scared, you should still put damage out, like from max range. Yeah, like in this situation, if you know how in Pro League they show like the damage charts, you didn't really do very much damage this fight. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Even though you got hit with a Thresh Q, like that's fine. The whole problem here is you don't cast even when you're not stunned, because there's that almost 2 seconds of not casting. Here you're unstunned, you instantly flash, and then you don't use like any of you Q once, then you kind of walk away, and you're not casting anything. You're taking damage, but you're not dealing damage.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem, because you could have killed both of these guys. I'm pretty sure.
Should be a bit more confident on my sustain actually.
Yeah, I mean, you heal for a lot, and then also kind of barriered and seraphs at weird times. Like, I feel like looking at this fight, I feel like you're only focusing on using your barrier and your seraphs. You're not focused on using your abilities. Like, you're playing really scared, when like your primary focus most of the time should be to use your abilities, because like Cassio is here to deal damage. That's all she does, and she deals a lot of it. So I think the main thing for you to work on is going to be mashing your buttons even more and getting even more damage out there, because you're not getting enough damage out there. I'd say that's your main problem this game. Actually, your main problem this game was being in spots where you didn't need to be, like this spot and this spot at drag. But outside of that, you're not dealing enough damage. You can deal a lot of damage. You can murder the entire enemy team, but you're not pressing your abilities.
Can we like cut it here? I really have to go.
Oh yeah, sure. It'll be on YouTube.
I'm parents depending.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Really?
Thanks for letting me know. I mean, like, yeah, I'd rather you just tell me. But yeah, it'll be on YouTube. I'll put some notes. See ya.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for the session as always.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, oh yeah, like actually next Friday, next season will be out, right?
Maybe, but I'm gonna be doing even more coaching too. Like, not only on Fridays, I'm gonna do coaching every day.
Even weekends?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So yeah, let's go. So by the way, I heard the preseason was gonna hit live on the 11th.
I hope so.
I mean, I saw something about that. It was maybe like the preseason begins or this season ends. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think the season ends on the 10th.
I'm still free. I did quite a bit of not playing Cassio games, so I'm silver free now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, no worries. Like, I'm just, in general, I'm not concerned about people's rank. You know, most people only...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, my goal this season was to hit gold, and I most likely won't, because like I'm not gonna play this weekend enough to reach gold, and like I don't want to play that much anyways.
Yeah. I
Like,
wanted...
silver free, the gold is huge.
I wanted to be master, and I'm ending the season Diamond 3, because I told myself I'm done for the season like a few days ago. It's okay, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, okay, I didn't reach gold this season, well fuck it, next season I'm plat, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, but just be realistic, you know, like, it's okay to have some sort of ideas, but the most...
Calm down, you sir.
No, the most realistic thing is just like, you're gonna improve, and then you'll see where you end up. You know, you don't have to say like, I'll be plat or I'll be diamond. You can just say, I'm gonna be better next season, and then see where you end up.
Yeah. Also, I hope you didn't notice what my last game was, apart from the 2 Casio games.
I don't think I saw it. What was it?
Okay, that's good. Like, can we delete games from matches?
No,
That's a legitimate question. Can I delete a game from my match this year?
No, you can't. So...
Well, I played Jax jungle, but like I thought, oh, Jax has quite a bit of AP ratio.
Okay.
I played Jax AP. Like, as a fact, it's actually decent. Like, of course, the usual Jax is better, but like, if you can get like 1 or 2 kills early, you can assassinate pretty much anyone.
Okay, cool.
That was my iron theory graph of the week. Right there.
Sounds like it went as planned then, yeah.
Yeah, full 9. Not really as planned.
Okay.
I did another game of it like some time ago where I got fed though. Alright. See you. Goodbye.
Yep.
Thanks
See
for
you.
the coaching.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Get masters in TFT.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.